Imagine 24,000 digital ghosts, all working in perfect synchronization to drain the brain of one of the world's most advanced AIs. This isn't a sci-fi plot. It's exactly what Anthropic just uncovered. They found that a massive network of fraudulent accounts had successfully harvested over 16 million interactions from Claude. And they weren't just chatting, they were mining for intelligence. This is the new front line of the AI war. It's not about breaking into servers, it's about tricking a model into giving away its own secrets, one prompt at a time.
So how do you even run 24,000 accounts without getting caught? The attackers use sophisticated automation to mimic human behavior, bypassing standard rate limits. Anthropic's security team noticed patterns that no human could replicate. It was a massive, coordinated effort to extract high-quality data at a scale we've rarely seen in the public eye. But the real question is, why? Why go through all this trouble just to get a bunch of chat logs? The answer lies in a technique called Model Distillation.
Think of model distillation like a master chef teaching an apprentice. The master, the giant, expensive model, shows the apprentice exactly how it thinks and solves problems. By capturing millions of these master responses, you can train a much smaller, cheaper model to mimic the big one's performance. It's a shortcut to top-tier intelligence. And this isn't just a theory. It's currently being used to build models that are faster and more efficient than anything we thought possible just a year ago.
This harvesting is essentially a way to steal the R&D of companies like Anthropic and OpenAI. Instead of spending $100 million on training, you just pay for the API calls. It turns the world's most advanced AI models into the world's most expensive training sets for their own competitors. It's a fascinating, if controversial, strategy. But here's where it gets wild. Some companies are getting so good at this that they're hitting benchmark parity for a fraction of the cost.
We're entering an era where closed source is more of a suggestion than a reality. If your model is accessible via the internet, its intelligence can be harvested. Anthropic is fighting back with advanced detection, but the economic incentive to harvest is just too high to ignore. The game has changed. But to see just how effective this is, we need to look at the models coming out of China, because what they've achieved is genuinely staggering.
While the West was focused on bigger and bigger models, a group of researchers in China were working on something different. They wanted to see how much intelligence they could squeeze into a smaller package. Enter GLM-5. It's a model that has reached benchmark parity with some of the world's best AIs, but it did it at roughly 1/7 of the training cost. This isn't just a marginal improvement. It's a total shift in the economics of artificial intelligence. And the secret sauce? You guessed it, distillation.
By using higher-tier models to generate synthetic training data, the GLM team was able to train their model on perfect examples of reasoning and coding. Instead of the model having to learn from the messy, chaotic data of the open internet, it gets a curated, high-quality curriculum designed by an AI teacher. This allows the student model to skip the trial and error phase and go straight to the high-level logic. It's incredibly clever engineering. But is a distilled model actually as good as the original? Critics argue that while they can mimic the style of intelligence, they might lack the deep foundational reasoning of a model trained from scratch. Think of it like a student who memorizes the answers to a test. They might get a 100%, but do they actually understand the subject? That's the multi-billion-dollar question. However, for most real-world tasks, coding, summarizing, and basic reasoning, the difference is becoming almost impossible to notice. The economics here are what really matter. If you can get 95% of the performance for 15% of the cost, the market is going to move toward the cheaper option every single time. This is putting massive pressure on companies like OpenAI and Google. They are spending billions to build the teachers, while others are building the students for pennies on the dollar. It's a race to the bottom on price, but a race to the top on efficiency, and it's happening faster than anyone predicted.
But there's a catch. If everyone is distilling from the same few teacher models, we might see a plateau in AI creativity. We're essentially creating an echo chamber of intelligence. The real innovation still has to come from the ground up. But for now, the harvesting and distilling strategy is the most powerful weapon in the AI arms race. And that leads us to the most intense part of this story, the actual digital warfare over model weights and the future of AI security.
In the world of AI, the weights are everything. They are the trillion-parameter mathematical secrets that make a model smart, and right now, they are the most valuable assets on Earth. If a competitor gets your weights, they don't need to harvest your API. They own your model.
This has turned AI companies into high-security digital fortresses. We are seeing a new kind of digital warfare, where the goal isn't just to disrupt, but to exfiltrate the very essence of a company's intelligence.
Companies are now using AI to protect their AI. They've built defensive models that monitor every single prompt for signs of distillation or harvesting. If you ask too many probing questions, the system might subtly change its answers or give you lower quality data to poison your distillation process. It's a cat and mouse game played at the speed of light, and the stakes couldn't be higher.
This isn't just a corporate battle, it's a geopolitical one. Countries are now treating model weights as matters of national security. The ability to harvest and distill intelligence from foreign models is seen as a way to bypass export controls and maintain technological parity. It's a world where the moat around a company isn't their code, but the sheer difficulty of extracting their logic without getting caught.
So where does this leave us? We're moving toward a future where intelligence is a commodity, easily harvested, distilled, and redistributed. The closed-source giants will have to innovate faster than the distillers can copy them. It's a treadmill that never stops. But this also means that powerful AI is becoming more accessible and affordable for everyone, and that is genuinely exciting.
The era of the AI monolith might be ending, replaced by a diverse ecosystem of specialized, distilled, and hyper-efficient models. Whether it's Anthropic's 16 million interaction Heist or China's 1/7 cost breakthrough, the message is clear. The walls are coming down. The future of AI isn't just about who has the biggest model, it's about who can use intelligence the most cleverly, and the game is just getting started.